The avalanche transceiver is essential in winter sports. It is a standard piece of emergency equipment, along with a shovel and a probe. So you have to ensure that every single person in the group has a complete set of emergency equipment. And of course that the device is switched on. That's why we always do an avalanche transceiver check at the start.
Checking avalanche transceivers is standard practice on a tour. That means you do it every time. And you also do a big avalanche transceiver check before every off-piste descent, before every tour. The reason for doing avalanche transceiver checks as standard is that you always want to make sure that everyone can be found in the event of an avalanche burial. It would be fatal if, in the event of an avalanche burial, it transpired that your partner had not switched on their avalanche transceiver.
Avalanche transceiver checks are split into quick and thorough checks. For the quick check, you actually just test whether all group members have switched their device to transmit. In other words, before setting off, every participant must be carrying a functioning device in transmit mode.
The aim of the thorough avalanche transceiver check is to ensure that every device works properly in transmit and search mode. That's why we always do thorough avalanche transceiver checks as standard. If you do this frequently, then you normally get into a bit of a routine, and it doesn't take more than 3 minutes for everyone in the group to be checked. The way to do this is for everyone to switch on their devices and check the battery level when it turns on. And also whether there are any error messages. Then you form a line so that the person conducting the check switches their device to transmit or, as the case may be, leaves it in transmit mode. The group switches their devices to search. The important thing is for the people being checked to stand 3 to 5 meters apart and around 1 meter from the person carrying out the check. This means that you walk past the person, checking whether you get a transmitter signal and are shown a plausible distance display. When everyone has walked past the person carrying out the check, they all switch their devices back to transmit. The person carrying out the check switches their device to search. Now they walk past the other people at a distance of around 1 meter. They check again whether every distance is transmitting a signal and that a plausible distance display is shown. Once they reach the end of the line, they switch their device back to transmit, stow it away in its carrying system or in their pocket, and the tour can begin. Partner checks must be carried out in partner check mode by the person doing the check. This is the only way to reduce the reach, and only this way can you ensure you check everyone you actually want to check. In a quick avalanche transceiver check, the transmit function is tested. As such, all group members are in transmit mode, and the person carrying out the check, often the group leader, has their device switched to group check. The members of the group can stand in a circle around 3 meters apart or in a line to be individually checked by the group leader.
The second variant of the quick avalanche transceiver check also works with devices that do not have this group check function. I do this by walking past the group members from behind with my transceiver in search mode and getting them all to switch to transmit. Now I can check whether everyone really has switched their device to transmit mode and that they are actually transmitting. At the same time, I check whether the numbers shown on the display are realistic. In other words, that it really gets closer from 10 meters to a few centimeters when it's right in front of someone, and then away again, and then it's on to the next person.
Because avalanche transceivers play a key role in rescuing a companion, it is so important that you always check that transmit and search are working properly. That means you should only go on a tour if you have checked your avalanche transceiver and have a full set of emergency equipment, i.e. a shovel and probe.